Dishonored from Arkane Studios came out last year with praise from gaming critics and players alike. I, however, only recently dabbled in the game after it was on a Steam sale. I've finished it 4 times now, and I've gotten all the achievements. Craving more from the game, I purchased the Knife of Dunwall and the very recent Bridgmore Witches, which came out last week. Is it worth returning to Dunwall again, or should this city be left in the ashes? Warning, this review will contain spoilers for the original Dishonored storyline. In this recent DLC, we return to the steampunk Victoria setting with a rat plague still in full effect, but this time taking control of Dowd, the leader of the Assassin's Guild, the Whalers, who killed the Empress at the beginning of Dishonored. I did tell you there was spoilers here. Dowd regrets killing the Empress. It's changed him mentally and the outsider knows it, telling him that his time is nearly up and giving him a mystery before his untimely end at the hand of Corvo. He gives you a name. Delilah. 6 months pass and you find a ship named Delilah. It could be a coincidence, but it's more than likely not. The story will spiral from there while you try and discover the meaning behind the name, and it's an interesting tale to say the least. I found it more enjoyable than Corvo's tale of him just going around getting revenge on people who betrayed him. Here you've got a mystery and you're trying to uncover it, which makes for better storytelling. It also helps that Dowd is a much more interesting lead than Corvo, who was basically a blank slate for the player to paint their type of playstyle on. What makes Dowd so fun to play is that he actually speaks, so he converses with characters in the world, which Corvo never did. The gameplay is very much unchanged from the original Dishonored, but Dowd comes equipped with different gear and skills that Corvo didn't have. Gone are Possession, Windblast and Summoning Devour Rats. Also gone is the Dark Heart that was given to Corvo to locate items and give you some juicy lore about the world. Instead you'd be given Void Gaze, which is a combination of Dark Visions and the Dark Heart. This lets you locate items in the world including runes and bone charms, and also allows you to see enemies through walls. Another variation is Dowd's Blink ability, which lets you freeze time while you decide where to teleport to. Very useful for leap of faith jumps since you can freeze time in mid-air. The other key ability Dowd has is that he can summon one of his assassins to assist him in combat. These assassins can share your abilities as well, from blinking and also stopping time. To make up for a loss of abilities, Dowd has more access to better technology, from landmines that can kill or stun targets, to choke bombs that can confuse your targets while you kill, sneak or escape from them. Last but not least is the pull ability, which you get access to in the Bridgmore Witches DLC, which allows you to drag objects to you and also pull or throw enemies away as well. There are also new collectible items called Corrupted Bone Charms in the Bridgmore Witches that gives you powerful buffs but also gives you a negative effect as well. There are 3 levels in each of the DLCs, coming to a total of 6 to tell Dowd's story. You'll be assaulting shipyards, breaking into Coldbridge Prison where Corvo has recently escaped, all the way to the upper cities where a corrupt noble is evicting people under false pretenses, claiming the house is infected so he may steal all their belongings. Each level has multiple ways on how to complete it, from just charging in and murdering everyone, to the sneakier way of being undetected and taking the target down. It helps that there are multiple routes you can take and plenty of side objectives to help you achieve these goals. New to the DLC are favours. With Dowd having such a strong link throughout the Empire, he can purchase favours to either put key items on the map or even give him disguises so he can walk straight past guards. You can purchase these at the start of the mission, so if you feel like you need something for your playstyle and have the spare cash, you can get these. You won't be doing anything as grand as the Boyle Identity Party like in the original Dishonored, but for DLC content you get your bang for your buck here. For people running through, you could finish this in maybe 2 to 4 hours, but for people who want to interact and read everything in the world, you're looking up to 6 to 12 hours here. Then if you're an achievement junkie, you've got multiple playthroughs to get everything. There are a couple of new enemies you'll encounter who have some different attacks, but will die the same way as most civilians in the world. Nothing as spectacular as the walkers from the original Dishonored. The visual art style looks pretty much the same, but is this a bad thing? There are a couple of new environments to explore, but nothing new apart from the very last level. Michael Madison, who voices Dowd, is quite incredible, and it's a standout performance from him. He's really brought this character to life with his raspy voice, and he doesn't fall in the role or cheese it up either. Credit where credit is due, the script writing is brilliant as well.
It's been months since I killed the Empress, but it feels like only seconds ago I heard her yelling for her daughter, Emily. Corvo's face going slack with shock, and somewhere in my head the outsiders laugh.
Final verdict. The Knife of Dunwall by itself is an alright piece of DLC content, but it's a bit anticlimactic and just suddenly ends. But, combined with the Bridgmore Witches, it is one of the best pieces of story content for Dishonored. I feel it's even better than the original story. Dao's abilities feel very different from Corvo, so this game will not feel repetitive either. If you're looking for a reason to return to the bleak city of Dunwall, look no further than these two pieces of story DLC. Currently, each piece of DLC is 800 Microsoft points, or in the UK, $7.99 on Steam and the PS3. Well worth picking up a cheap copy of Dishonored again to play this game again. If you've enjoyed this review, let me know in the comments below and please consider subscribing to my channel for any future content. Bye bye.